everybody. This is Sage from Fandom City, and we're here tonight to talk to you about the Mandalorian trailer that dropped officially today, or this evening, pardon me, at the D23 Expo and the Disney Plus panel. Now, I feel like this is big enough that I did not want to do this video alone, so I have pulled one of our podcasting co-hosts into this thing with me. We've been waiting a long time for an official Mandalorian trailer to drop, not, some camera that's half behind someone's hand, hiding from the security guard. So we're pretty excited about that. But joining me to talk about this right now, it's McMahon. How's it going, man?
Man, it's a pleasure to be here. It's a great way to spend a nice evening talking about this.
Yeah, and by nice evening, we mean about 5 or 6 minutes, because if you want our full-blown review on this, you're going to have to tune in to Fandom City Pod live next Wednesday, August the 28th at 10 p.m. Eastern on our Mixlr channel, or you can listen to the edited episode that'll go up the following Friday. Dude, it's dropped. Mandalorian trailer's here. I've had about 4 watches on it now. Honestly, I left earlier thinking we weren't going to get it because I didn't see it drop, and they finally did release it officially. What are your initial thoughts after seeing, which at the very least I think we can both call a beautiful trailer?
I think beautiful is an understatement. It was gorgeous. It was amazing. It was authentic. I mean, that's the word I kept coming back to, was that it felt authentic to the cinematic universe, which was, of course, the biggest fear of a live-action Star Wars series.
Absolutely. I think we've always been in the boat of, and this is going back to our days hosting Star Wars Wastelands at the very beginning, we didn't want live-action Star Wars TV unless it held up to the films. And obviously at a near $200 million production rate for 8 episodes, we were going to get something at least close to that. I was blown away, man. I absolutely love this trailer because it's not really a trailer. It's still more of a teaser. They don't give you a whole lot. Part of me thinks the guy that's frozen in carbonite might be Hondo Ohnaka. Maybe it's not. It certainly looks a little like him, though, or at least his species. Or maybe I'm completely off on that, and it's neither. But I remember when we watched the sizzle reel from Celebration, which was also a leak, that the thing that caught a lot of our attention was the way that they were doing the flying this time around. They were going back to the traditional models. They were going to use the old motion capture models to recreate all their flying. And I know some people snickered when we said you're going to, you notice a difference between the original trilogy flying, even the prequel trilogy flying, and what we get today in the new movies. It's very noticeable. There's been something missing from that space combat outside of maybe Rogue One. And I have to tell you, in the little bit of it we get in here, it is so noticeable, man. When you got the Mando's ship, which for the life of me, I cannot remember the name of, but it's flying over the 2 different planet surfaces, and it's just mind-blowingly spectacular. Your thoughts on that?
No, it was. I mean, I think you hit it on the head. It was exactly what I wanted it to be. I've griped about the space combat in the films for a long time, and it felt real. It's a catchword. I said it earlier, but authentic. And that's the word I keep coming back to, was that it felt authentic to what had come before it, and most specifically, it felt like a slice of the original trilogy.
No, absolutely. I think that's extremely well said. So, what are a couple of things that stood out to you in this trailer?
Oh man. Well, without getting too deep, I guess the settings stood out to me a great deal. Seeing all those stormtrooper helmets on pikes was I got to smile at that, especially the one with the scar over the eye.
I got a Game of Thrones vibe from that.
Oh, very much so. And I think that was, at least to a certain degree, intentional. That's a very medieval tactic, and if there's one thing we know about Star Wars originally, look at what George's inspirations were. You know, they were authentic, they were old school, they were medieval, you know, samurai style, and that's very much right out of that playbook. So it felt real, it felt right. And then you had things. I mean, I just talked about the settings and the the visuals stood out a great deal. The combat, the space, and the just the emotion, right? I mean, there was only a handful of words spoken in this trailer, and it was emotional, right? It was visceral. I loved it. You know, it whet my appetite. It made me so excited, and November cannot come soon enough.
Yeah, the mood and the atmosphere in this trailer, albeit it's only a minute and a half long, is it just gives you the chills at times. It brings you back to your childhood. I see what Favreau was saying. There's heavy original trilogy elements, but you also see some prequel stuff in there. And dare I say, do you almost see some video game stuff that I'm going to bring up after you answer this question? And that is, what it was your absolute favorite thing about this trailer?
Oh man,
And you can only pick one.
holy moly! I mean, I guess the flying was my absolute favorite thing. You know, because of the fact that it was original trilogy authentic. You know, it felt like a slice of a 1980 in 2019.
Uh, you know what? I'm there with you. I know some people are going to be like, really, guys? You just seen that trailer and your favorite thing is the flying? And my answer to that is yes, because it's my biggest gripe with the new movies outside of Rogue One is the flying does not feel authentic. You can tell it's CGI. Not necessarily the visuals. I'm just talking the movement. It's the movement that bothers me in the new movies, and you don't get that at all in this trailer. It's like a trip down memory lane. John Favreau and Dave Filoni have knocked this out of the park from that perspective. Last question here, man, before we leave, and that is, what is your hype level now heading into November the 12th?
Oh man, I mean, I thought it peaked out when we had the celebration panel and you know the trailer leaked then. But seeing this thing now, it just my hype level has gone through the roof. I mean, there has been a lot of things that have happened since then that have contributed to the hype level for me. The fact that I will be able to watch it, you know, right away. You know, that was my biggest fear being a Canadian,
Mm-hmm.
that we weren't going to get it right away. You know, we'd have to go through slightly nefarious means to be able to enjoy this
I
thing.
have no idea what you're talking about.
And you know, I don't have to call up my space pirates to get to view it now. And I'm happy with that. I'm excited. You know, the hype level went up with that, and now seeing that trailer and how authentic it felt and how real and the emotions, the characters, and seeing the things that made you think of, you know, little nods, little ties, you know, IG-88, um, a ship that looked like the Outrider. I doubt it actually is, but it kind of looked like it a little. And you know, just all those little things, and that you know, the thing frozen in carbonite. That I agree. If it's not Hondo, it certainly looks like his species.
I think it
I
might be
certainly,
Hondo, and
I
specifically because of
really
the
hope it
coat
is.
that Hondo wears. I know people are going to be like, well, where are the goggles and where are the hat? But it's very possible they took that stuff off of him before being frozen.
It's not hard to imagine him losing those in a battle. The coat's a lot more difficult.
He would fit in this universe, in my opinion.
He absolutely would fit in this universe, and I'd love to see him. You know, he's a character that, you know, obviously, you know, means a great deal to a portion of the fan base, but you know, he's a Filoni character, and that's, you know, you can't scoff at the effect he's had on this. I mean, I think he's had a great deal of effect on this because it feels authentic, and that's something that Filoni has strived for in every project he's taken on.
Absolutely. Well, uh, we're out of time here, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a YouTube video. What do you think of the new Mandalorian trailer? Jump down in the comment section below and let us know. And because our YouTube channel is small and still growing, we actually take the time to reply to just about everybody. So go ahead. We'd love to converse with you about that. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. We definitely want more subscribers. Hell, maybe we'll send Hollywood Rebel to your house to do some dishes or some laundry or cut your lawn or something. Click the notification bell so you actually get notified of when we release new content. And don't forget, you can follow us on Twitter at Fandom City Pod. That's McMahon. I'm Sage. And if you keep your eyes looking around out there in the very near future, probably within half an hour of listening to this, you'll catch our thoughts on the Obi-Wan Kenobi series finally being officially announced. May the Force be with you.